Hi everyone, Chrissy here. Yeah, I'd like to open up with remembering those who have lost their lives over the last week or so with the cold weather in the US. I can't imagine. I know that a lot of people just got stuck in the car going home. It's heartbreaking and it's devastating that things like this can still happen. So I'd like to send out comforting, healing, and loving energy and prayers to all of those who have lost a loved one due to this 100-year storm. Okay, yeah. That's just hubby. So I'm just starting that off. Now I am going to be doing. I won't be doing single card readings today, but we'll be back on Saturday morning, my birthday, Friday night, your time, and I'll be happy to do like some messages for people for the new year. But what I want to have a look at is look at some events and things and see what the new year has. So what I think we'll do first is have a look with some of the events in the new year. Hi, Anne W, Pamela Bryant, Jessa, Sabrina, Eileen, hi. And so we'll be looking at that. I'm just going to swap over my glasses, guys. Okay. And it's quite warm today. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and turn the aircon on. Okay. And I'll be back in a minute. Okay. So it's 34 degrees centigrade here, which I think is something like, I'm not sure what it is in Fahrenheit. So let's see if I can find out. But anyway, so let's have a look at first we'll do a global overview for the year. And I'm going to use what's called an overview spread. Okay, hang on. See if I can get it. And this is what I'm going to be using for things today. It's called an overview spread, and it has the situation. It has current influences. It has what is on the surface. What is the next thing likely to happen in the situation? What is under the surface? Past influences, and what's going to happen next, and all during 2023. So this is we're not looking just in the immediate future here. We're looking towards the whole of 2023. Oh, yeah. How's the COVID going, sweetie? Are you getting better? Being bedridden. Oh, darling. You've had such a rough few weeks, haven't you? And then to have this happen, things looking up, and then to have this happen. To get Fahrenheit, multiplier is 2.204. Okay, so I'm going to just bring up the. Thank you for that thing. So 34 multiplied by 2.204. I thought it would be something in the 70s. So 75 degrees. You were in the emergency department this morning. Oh, my God. Hi, Eleanor. Oh, thank you, Eleanor. That's lovely. That's lovely. As I said at the time, it's a total honour to read for you, my darling. It was a total honour. Okay. So just a global outlook. Okay. So globally, at the moment, as things are. Hi, warrior girl. You might hear some moaning and groaning. That's hubby. He's had a hard time this morning. We did have an appointment later in the day, but he's been suffering dizzy spells since he got up, and so we cancelled it because he's the driver. He can't drive.
Well,
so
I could, but it'd just be
it'd be very dangerous. No, you can't. And they were really great about it. They have a cancellation list. It was to get some hearing test and stuff. Sweetie, could I ask you to please make me a coffee?
Yeah.
Thank you, darling. Hi, Jezza. Okay, no problem, Jez. So globally at the moment, here we are. Battens, the Ace of Battens is energy building. I would like to say that this is not, that this is good energy, but look, I do feel like we've all really sensed that COVID is not really through with us. Then I do feel like there's a bit of a wave building. How big it's going to get, I don't know, but this build up of energy with the Ace of Wands. This variant is Omnicron BF7, and look up the symptoms because they're slightly different. Yeah, so can a person have too much sage? Well, it depends on the person. If you have blood pressure problems, you shouldn't be burning sage. Okay. From what I've read and looked up, sage is not a good thing to be burning if you have blood pressure problems. If you want something to clear the air, and I mean, I don't know about in food. You'd want to check in food, but if you were to sage a place or to smudge a place, sage would not be the best stuff to use. You could use Palo Santo or not. I don't know about the food. I'm just talking about the aromatherapy side of it. I have this book and it said, if you have blood pressure problems, probably best not to use it. So you can use Palo Santo, which is a good alternative. I don't know about in food. It never hurts to check, okay? Because sage is quite a common thing in food. Anyway, so I do feel this might have something to do with building of energy. Hi, Samantha.
Cat, yeah.
Where?
It's okay. No. Making coffee.
Okay. So there's definitely a build-up of energy globally. I'm hoping it's not BF7. But we won't know yet. There's other cards to do. Okay. Hi, Teresa K. Current influences is temperance. Things being, well, of course, it's the Christmas period, the Christmas season. A lot of things seem to sort of calm down a bit. People want to relax and celebrate, and temperance, but also there's some influences happening that are leading towards a more even playing field with some issues, whether it's Ukraine, and I will be looking at Ukraine, or COVID. There are things happening now, current influences, that do level the playing field. So that is good. And we're just looking at a general global picture here, not any one specific issue. But build up as energy, this could also be like seismic activity and volcanic activity. So, things are tempered, but the current influence at the moment is things that are giving a level of playing field, whether it's in some areas, but not necessarily in others. I'm sort of reading this. This energy is attached to several issues. What is on everyone's mind at the moment? The Magician, which is interesting, the trickster. Who can you trust? You can't trust what Putin says. You can't trust what some politicians are doing. Trump is still out there, and you can't trust anything. But globally, and you can't trust what is coming out of China with regard to BF7. So it's like people are trying to figure out what is real and what is illusion. And that's really, really going to be on top of people's mind all through 2021. It globally, it's like you have to keep an eye on both hands, even if it takes more than one of you to do it. You have to keep an eye on both hands, and also there's going to be a lot of things that just seem like, oh my God, what a strange roll of the dice. You see that here? That no matter what you do, the outcome of a situation is just not going to be determined, no matter how much we as a global community or governments come and combine. The element of chance is also going to be quite dominant this year. There's going to be some finances as well. We've got the Pentacles here. Of course, the Magician comes along with all of the equipment. He comes along with Pentacles. He comes along with a blade, a sword. He comes along with a wand, and he comes along with a cup. In this case, it's one of those cups that, you hide balls under and stuff like that. So it's so it's going to be some veering to some circumstances. It's going to be the libertarians who are upmost, and in others it's going to be the conservatives, even in some countries fascists. Hi Shelby Lisa. Teresa, did I say hello? If I haven't said hello, it's because I haven't seen your name. So what's in the near future? The first part of the year, like the first 3 months or so. Wow, force, strength. It's going to be this is the third major arcana I've pulled. So this is the strength card, La Force, and so there's going to be several in the first part of the year. There's going to be several situations where the response is going to be a show of strength, whether it's against an illness, whether it's against an army, whether it's against political foes, whether it's against events and circumstances. Natural disasters.
Oh, there we go, sweetie.
Yeah. Thank you, my darling. You want to say hello to everyone?
Hey, footprinters. How you doing?
I'm just doing Eleanor's
Okay.
here.
Oh, okay.
From yesterday.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah, why don't you say hello?
Good morning, Eleanor. What's the way that she can say hello to me?
And she can comment.
I'll leave it to you.
Yeah.
Ah,
Hey, what?
let's see.
And so we've got, there's going to be several shows of force in various situations around the globe. I do think that there might be, I just got Africa popped into my head. Eleanor wants to know, how are you today?
I'm okay.
He's okay. He's suffering a few dizzy spells and all that, which is not surprising because we haven't been the best with the diet over the Christmas period. But
I'm good.
yeah, he's feeling a little bit better, but I won't let him drive. So we cancelled the appointments we had.
Christmas traffic could have been a bit too exciting.
Shelby Lisa, who is Eleanor's daughter, says hello, and you know, yeah. So there's going to be in the first part of the year several shows of force in several different areas. Even Asia Pacific, I think Australia are really going to have to stand up and say, "Hey, nope." He said he's enjoyed some gluttony himself. We've kept the gluttony lower.
Yeah.
Not as much as we used to in previous years. We made a plan not to have too much food in at any one time, and it seems to be working out.
Didn't want to fall off the wagon for like 3 weeks.
No, it's my birthday on Saturday. After that, it's back on wagon time. So, yeah. So, what is going to be the undercurrent globally for the year? 3 of coins. First thing a lot of people think here is dirty money, and I've got nothing from this to group work, but not very good group work. Definitely groups of people. Definitely dodgy funding. Sorry, guys. It's all right, James. Please don't stress if you make a bit of noise, okay?
Oh, no, I'll wait. I'll get out of here.
No, it's okay. Definitely going to be an undercurrent of money between different groups, cells even, and that's going to be definitely why we do it. It's going to pop up occasionally, but otherwise it's going to be. Shelby Lisa says you sound like her in the kitchen. So there's definitely going to be some pop-ups now, news about finance of groups and things like that. So I do think there's definitely going to be some stuff coming out about financing of different groups to do with January 6th as well, and other areas as well. And yeah, and that's going to have wider implications than people think because of where some of this money is coming from or has come from. Okay, now the recent past. What from the recent past is going to follow us into the new year and follow us throughout the year? Okay. Oh, there's going to be indictments, I think, in the first quarter of 2023. But I'll have a look. Anne, okay. Thank you, Eleanor. Okay, the 10 of Cups. This is, unfortunately, family groups. It's a cycle ending. So this cycle has been ending up, and this is elixirs, the 10 of cups, 10 of elixirs, medicine, vaccination. We are not free of COVID yet. It is still going to follow us well into 2023 and through and this recent past. This is this new variant. We're going to be seeing some of this new variant. Could be in waves, but it seems like as this is the 10, it's also the end of a cycle. So I think beyond 2023, it's going to be its strength to go to wash over the globe in waves and all that is going to be extremely diminished, and it's going to be basically put in the endemic class. We all know from MERS and SARS that these things don't ever completely go away. We do have epidemics now and then. So that is what's going to be the situation here. But it's still going to be a factor in 2023. But 2023 is going to be the last year where it is a factor that can effectively just shut things down and close things out and cause as much damage as it has in the last 3 years. But I'd love to say 2023 is going to be Omicron free and COVID free. It's not, but it's going to be the last year where it's such a huge factor it is now. That's what I'm getting from the end of the cycle. Now, what's the next step for 2023? The next step that is going, the next global step that is going to take us into and lead us through or guide us through 2023. Opportunity. New opportunities for trade, for commerce, new opportunities in the health sector, new opportunities in the security sector, all of those things that provide stability, our health, income, physical security, like, guards and all that sort of stuff, even police. There's going to be some changes, I think, in some of the law enforcement agencies. Believe me, that Australia's law enforcement agencies, all through the 80s and 90s, they went through a big clean out. And I think that's going to be happening in some areas as well. Okay. So there's going to be new opportunities and new energy. And that energy and those opportunities are going to continue through 2023. So this is an overview for the whole globe. It's not any one specific country, okay? What was the shadow card for this? The 10 of deniers. Families. Intergenerational. Wealth and legacies. There's going to be a lot of legacies coming from the past few years into the future, And of course, and these legacies are going to help us close out. The legacies, I'm thinking of improvements in health services and things like that. Also intergenerational. It's gut-wrenching that each generation's lost quite a good proportion of each, but especially losing those older generations. It is heartbreaking. And so this is something that is going to be felt all through 2023 as well. It's going to be there shadowing the changes to families and generational ideas and generational legacies. I hope that makes sense to guys. I'll have a look, see if the Muller report is going to be revised, okay? So that's a global outlook for 2023. Is the Muller report going to be revised? So there are some big, very big, impactful things in the year ahead, and currently and in the year ahead. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Anne. Oh, sweetheart, as I said before, you don't have to do anything like that. But I won't, it's much appreciated that you feel that way towards me, and I'm honoured. I'm honoured to call you a friend, darling. So, the Muller report. Chevalier de Coup. It's going to come back. I'm not finished with it. Now, a lot of people pinned a lot of their hopes on the Muller report and felt they were disappointed. And this is often a thing with the Knight of Cups. The ideal that doesn't live up. It doesn't live up to the ideal. It doesn't live up to its promise. And I think that's what a lot of people felt about the Muller report. It hasn't gone away. The Ace of Swords. The full truth is going to come out about this report. Everything that was hidden, that was redacted, that really didn't need to be redacted. It's the Empress. There is an abundance of information here, and it is going to have a real impact. Okay. In a number of ways. It has not disappeared. They're going to be able to release the full scope of it. And this is going to have also American votes. This is often I said this is American voters. It's going to tell the whole truth about what happened with 2026, with 2016. Oh, on the bottom there was judgment. Wow. People are going to wake up. I do think it might set into motion, and I do agree with other people, with other readers who say that it'll probably take a few years, but in the end, Trump's presidency is going to be voided. Mm-hmm. Now, indictments. Let's have a look at indictments in 2023. I'm just going to spray some spray. James is cooking bacon, and I used to have no trouble with it, but the last few months he cooked bacon, and I'm like, what? So, but that doesn't mean I'm going to ask him to stop cooking bacon. It's one of his mainstays, and he should be able to cook as much of it as he likes. No,
I can cook it when you're not here.
I've just put some of this lovely. A few years ago, and I love these things because they last for years. He got me some peach musk oil by a company called Spiritual Sky, who have been around for years in Australia, and it is such a gorgeous oil, and I absolutely love it. And I've had it for about at least 2 years, and look, I've barely used any of it, but I do absolutely love it. It is gorgeous, and it's not overwhelming. It's very, very subtle, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. I don't think I even knew it existed, but James bought it for me, and it's like it's musk peach. Hey,
I'm sorry, I'm grossing you out with breakfast smells.
it's fine, Bubby.
No,
I put the musk peach on, and you're not grossing me out.
timing.
Hi, Teresa Boster. Oh, Jamie Raskin. Okay, before we move on to indictments, let's have a prayer for Jamie Raskin, that I'm going to send out positive, loving, healing energy, encompassing energy to him and his family. And we pray and hope and wish that he is successful in his struggle with this disease. Oh, no, nobody has to get me anything. You don't have to get me anything. I don't do this for hello, Bubba girl. Monetary reward. Considering it took you like 3 months to talk me into monetizing my channel, which is why I try to keep my reading prices as low as I can and the lesson prices low and things like that. But anyway, so will there be indictments? My birthday on New Year's Eve, the 31st of December. I'll be doing a live on Saturday morning, my usual Saturday morning live, actually. So
great, because we can't have a birthday party because everybody's got COVID.
Yeah, we did have some friends who were coming over, but unfortunately the husband and one of the sons has got COVID. So
And the kids.
Yeah.
Eddie's got it too.
Yeah, we don't mention the name, babe, of our friends' children's.
Oh, is this the first name?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'll be more careful.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the little boy's got it. So just, I don't have permission to share their name or anything like that, and I wouldn't even ask it. So,
No,
but yeah.
sorry.
Oh, that's all right. No damage is done, baby.
Well, it's just the first name.
Yeah.
And a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
So, should be all right.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd worry. But I'll be careful on that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm. How old's your oldest daughter, Teresa? Now, we're going to have a look at indictments. January, February, March indictments. Let's have a look. The King of Swords, definitely. This is the prosecutor. 9:30, 11:30. No, you're 3 hours ahead at the moment, aren't you? So 12:30. No, not in New South Wales. It would be like 12:30 in the morning during the day. Yeah. So we have definite prosecutions. She's 45. Okay. She'll be 45 on her next birthday. Yeah. The Queen of Cups. Very, very emotional. Some of these are going to be really emotional and are going to bring some much wished for emotional healing. The Queen of Cups is all about healing. Yeah, midday, 12:30. Yeah. Wow. I love this. He doesn't even have anything. He doesn't put moitié or anything like that, or whatever the French is for death or anything. He just leaves that blank. These indictments are going to lead to an end to some careers. Irreversible change. They will not be able to come back from this. I just got going through my head. The question was, will they prove who the bomber was? Hi, Dawn Hooper. Oh, look at this. Things coming to light. That's the shadow card. Hi, Charlene Dean. Thank you. Oh, there's going to be some real emotional, and these people are not going to handle it well. They're not going to handle it well. Thank you, Shelby Lisa. And new journeys for some people. So there's two major arcanas, and they both indicate change, crossroads. And just remember, in the traditional cards, the dog wasn't accompanying the fool. He was chasing him out of town. So there are definitely going to be some careers ending. And basically some people going to be chased out of Washington and even other state capitals. Yeah, I think there's going to be some in some states as well. I'm sure she understood. I think I don't know what that feels like. So, but my sister, she's a great grandmother, and she's 60. So it's like I'm a great aunt at 56. So.
You don't like this, sweetie?
No, it's fine. Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
You sure?
Yeah. No, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
So let's have a look at what 2020 is going to bring in a general picture in North America. 2023. 2020. What is ahead for 2023 in North America, Canada, and the US? Yes, I can do that. I Okay, well, how about we shift gears then? Okay. Well, first we'll do this North America. So currently, there's a bit of a feeling of defeat of, are we ever going to beat this person? So this is the US. Are we? And also just the weather. I'll do the US and then Canada. I just got that thing. Do US first, then Canada. So yeah, are we ever going to defeat these political games? Are we ever going to defeat these? The weather. You know, are we ever going to defeat these shenanigans? Current influences. People trying to make it harder for decisions to be made, to procrastinate, to stop things happening. This is going to be continue on into 2022. That tightrope, that will do everything not for things not to get done, basically. But it is also going to be a crossroads time. Jack Smith, I think, is looming up here. What is above everything in the US? Oh, the Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. The truth coming out, definitely. More on the truth about 2011. That's going to be an overriding theme for the whole year. It's not just going to stop with people getting indicted and stuff. Next step into 2023, the Seven of Deniers. This is, what have we done this year? How can we, assessing what we've done, looking at what we need to do, an end of year assessment. And I think a lot of people all over the country are going to be feeling like that. What is going to be an underlying current in the US for the year? Oh, secrets, lies, and spies, things coming out. We think it's stopped, but no, it's still going to be bubbling away in the background, and then something else will come out. Something else will come to the surface. Things stop, bubble back into the background, keep bubbling out, and it's going to keep coming forward. So it's always going to be in the background. The secrets, lies, and spies. There's going to be, there's going to be a lot of indictments. Going to be a lot of indictments. What from the recent past is going to follow into and through 2022? Taking down of the false knight, basically, Trump. It's going to continue. And again, this is like with that Ace of Swords. And what's going to be the next step to take us into and lead us and guide everyone through 2022? It is, oh my goodness, the Eight of Swords. People are going to find themselves in a difficult situation. A lot of people have backed themselves into a corner. They've been blind and they haven't really been able to see what's coming in and surrounding them. So this is very much political shenanigans are going to be dominating the year. High travels with the US. But also this, I'd like to say there won't be more loss, but your winter isn't through for quite a while yet. Okay, somebody asked what's going to happen about the migrants at the border. Firstly, I do think that Abbott is going to be facing charges. There will be a question. I don't know what Kamala Harris did. Can somebody tell me about? I thought she was she handled it really classily, didn't she? Jack Smith, he's going to be very busy. So the migrants at the border, still trying to get Title 42 ended. So firstly, will Title 42 be ended? There's changes coming up with that. Okay. But unfortunately, I also see with more bouts of cold weather in the south, I do feel like some people may not make it through. So let's hope that I'm wrong with that. Out in the cold, yeah. I feel like down in the border, there's going to be, this is literally out in the cold. And literally, going to try and end. One of the biggest reasons that they're trying to get rid of it now, especially now, is because I do think that they know that there's worse weather coming, and they know that these people are in physical danger. Nurturing. They are going to, the government is going to do everything they can. The federal government, of course, Abbott's government will just leave them there. Hi, Rondell. Temperance. They're going to try and make efforts to temper the effects. I'm reading on the people at the border at the moment. But unfortunately, I'm still feeling a really heavy heart and a heavy feeling in my stomach, which is not good. Three of Cups. They're going to try and get support to these people. But this is one of the biggest reasons they want to get rid of Title 42. Is they can actually really help these people. So let's have a look at Canada. Now, if I haven't said hello, it's because I haven't seen your name. So they did. There's going to be some changes in SCOTUS. I'll have a look at SCOTUS too. But let's have a look at Canada for 2022. I might swap out the decks. Okay. I really do feel I'm getting the ghost deck because I really do feel like something from the past will be revisiting Canada. Not necessarily the nicest. So let's have a look. So Canada at the moment. Conflict. Internal conflict is very much there. I don't know if any Canadians are here yet, but if you are, you can maybe shine a little bit of light on that this is a factor at the moment, internal conflict. Justin Trudeau's done a pretty good job, but he is, of course, a very flawed person as well. Not necessarily flawed with some of the things he's done in the past, but yeah. Okay, the King of Swords is a current influence. Decision, intelligence, military. I feel like for some reason this military is here. Wow. What's going to be over Canada's collective head? Remember when I said that I've got a feeling of something from the past coming back? Look at this, 6 of Cups. And not necessarily a happy thing, but goes from the past. I feel there might be some more things coming out about First Nations people and the treatment of them. What's the next, the immediate next step in the first few months of 2023 for Canada? Quite a bit chaotic. And again, I get a little bit of military. I'm not quite sure why. But I mean, it could be legal, but I still feel military. I don't know why. Okay, so what is going to be underlying in 2023 and the undercurrent? The people are going to be aware that it's there, but they really don't want to talk about it. What's going to be the undercurrent for 2023 in Canada? The 8 of Wands. Communications. Movers and shakers. Deals. And again, I get the feeling like it's from the past. Treaties? I'm not quite sure. I feel like treaties, I should be saying. It's going to be interesting to watch what's happening. You think it's Russia? Well, they aren't very far away. Yeah, you're worried what? No, deals and treaties. I don't know. I feel like it might be more internal, but we'll see. We'll see. What is the recent past? What from the recent past that's going to go with the Canadians into 2023 and affect it throughout the year? This is victory, validation, the 6 of Wands. So this is the 3rd wand card. So this is conflict, communication deals, treaties, validation. And what is the next step that's going to guide, that Canada need to take, that will guide them through 2023? Oh my goodness, 20, judgment. Yet they have to stand up and acknowledge. This is about acknowledgement. This isn't about judgment. This is about waking up and acknowledging what's been there. So acknowledgement. I do feel there's going to be not repatriate, well, not repatriation. There's another word. Remuneration or something. What's the shadow being? The lovers, deals. Here we go again with deals, with treaties. So that's also going to be again with the undercurrent all through the year. So it's going to be an interesting year, and I don't know why the military's there, but I do feel like there's going to be. I do feel like there's going to be some First Nations things and stuff. Australia is certainly nothing to be proud of in our treatment of our First Nations peoples. And so that's Canada. Who do we now? I am going to be doing Australia, New Zealand, and I'm going to be doing Asia and the UK and Europe as well. So, and Africa. So I'll be doing global. But, South America as well. Does Trump listen to his niece's Mary's podcast? He says he doesn't, but he does. Because he can't help it. I heard that Mary was going to be doing something. A new venture or something. She's kept fighting and kept going and not allowed what has become a negative. Oh, she's learning to row. That's interesting. Does she say why she's doing it? Yeah, I thought it was something like that, but Mary, I think, is similar age to me, maybe a year or two older. Oh, having Lena on her podcast, that would be so cool. Okay. So let's have a look at the Orange Terror. Definitely we're going to use the Ghost deck for him because 2023 is going to be filled with hi J-Cat lady. How are you, my dear? I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I hope that all you and yours stayed safe and so many people have been lost to the weather up there, and my heart goes out to the whole nation. So, what is 2023 going to be like for the Orange Terror? Might just do a shorter one on him. Oh. Usually I see the Queen of Wands and it's Congress. Just the way this person's sitting, like she's just having a huge pity party and will snap the head off anyone who comes near her. Yeah, all that's going to come out again. And yes, by all means, Anne. Yeah, he's in gigantic sulk mode at the moment. What's his challenge going to be? People want him to just go away, fade into the background, and he's finding that really, really hard, that people don't want him. He cannot believe that people don't want him. I'm doing a 5-carder here with him. He can't believe it. And he's really feeling so sorry for himself. And yeah, it's very nasty, lashing out in the nastiest of ways, and not even trying to be a leader in any way. What's the advice for Trump for 2023? Get ready for this is the Empress, abundance. Get ready for an abundance of activity. There's going to be so much flying at him and from his past that he's going to find it hard to follow it. Even we're going to find it hard to follow it, because there's so much more is going to come out than we think. The base of all with Trump, the 9 of Pentacles. This can be about an abuse. This is sitting pretty in a position of power, but it can also be about abusing that position. Yeah. Some of the things he did while he's in office are going to come out. His abuse of the office itself, and then, of course, January 6th is going to be so much more than we know. Okay, so he's got to get ready for some major life lessons here. What's going to be the outcome of 2023 for Trump? Yes, he's going to have to face the 7 of Swords. He cannot escape the consequences of his actions. And vigilance. He's going to be looking over his shoulder. He will be defiant and he will try to get away with it, definitely. Now, the outcome for him. I've got the Knight of Wands. If this Knight of Wands, he's reached the edge of a cliff. He's got nowhere to go. His charm's not working anymore. His ability to talk people around isn't working anymore. He's got nowhere to go, and he has no energy left. Comes to 9 endings. Yeah. I suppose it could be, yeah. Or the fruition. Everything coming to fruition. Yeah. So, we have a look at, this is the question I asked earlier. Let's see. Do one more question with this deck. Will they indict the bomber? Because that is a really serious offense, what they did. They were real bombs. Will they indict the bomber? I have an idea that they do know who it is. Will they indict the bomber? They put the bombs outside both headquarters. The 8 of Queens. Yes.
You still on, mate?
Yeah, I am, darling.
Alrighty. How much longer do you think you'll be on?
Oh, a little while yet.
Alrighty. Oh, my goodness. It's cold in here.
The Four of Wands, the threat to security. Often the Four of Wands to me is the four pillars of security. There'll be a celebration too because, yeah, Shelby Lisa's saying hello.
What's that?
Shelby Lisa is saying hello. And
Hi, Shelby Lee. Hope you're doing well today.
And this is, of course, the Fool. This person is got indicted and they're going to be indicted, and it's going to lead them on a whole new journey that they wish they never set out on by planning those bombs. Will somebody be indicted with them? Because I don't think that. Yes, somebody else's actions are going to come back and bite them on the bum as well. J Cat Lady says hello. Robin Blank, hello. Pamela Bryan, they all say hello.
Very nice.
Okay, let's have a go. I'll do, yeah, okay. South America. Anne says hello from New South Wales.
God, a lot of people on.
Well, yeah. And hello to all my lovely lurkers. Hello. Thank you for joining us and watching. And hello to everybody who will click on and watch this live stream at a later date. Thank you so much. Your support, as always, means so much to me. And the fact that you come back and you watch my videos, it's just, you know, even when you miss them, you go and watch them, and it means so much to me. Thank you. So let's have a look at South America, Central and South America. Yeah, I will. Yep, I'll do him next after I do South America. Pamela Bryan asked me to do a reading on what 2023 is going to be like for Jack Smith. I can tell you right now, very busy. So Central and South America at the moment. Oh, secrets and strategies. There's lots of things that have been hidden for a long time, and they're really, really hidden stashes of money, of all sorts of things. So many hidden things are going to be coming to light and are starting to be coming to light. What's the current influences? Oh, justice. Now, these are big cards. These are major arcana. So justice is really a high influence at the moment. It's a double-edged sword. Where many people are going to see justice, others aren't. I wish it was different, but it's not. So it depends. But a lot more people are going to see justice than those who aren't. I think that is really, really a huge influence at the moment. People want to see justice for the families that have, family members that have disappeared, for this, you know, the loved ones they've never seen again, for the losses of people in fighting. Hi, Adam Macedo. I'm looking at Central and South America. Robin Stein. Okay, the next 12 months, it's going to be very much vigilance and guarding things, and vigilance. Going to be really, really very, very important. It's going to be very much. I think that a lot of really corrupt people are going to be brought to justice, is what I'm getting. And the whole country, the whole Central and South America are going to be very diligent and build up their reserves, if that makes sense. Leading into the next year, it's going to be juggling quite a few things. Bit of procrastination too in some areas, but there's going to be a few people that there's going to be a bun fight because several countries are going to want a couple of these people. So there's going to be a bit of juggling and deal making going on there and manipulation. What is going to be the undercurrent for the year? Oh, heartbreak. Oh, things are not just things are going to be brought up again because they want justice. They want to know. And it's going to be a year of heartbreak for a lot of these countries, for the families, for the people there who have lost them once. Yeah. I'm not quite sure about the weather, but I do feel I've just got an image of mudslides. So a lot of rain. And some areas very dry. Maybe some huge fires. Hi, Flora. I haven't seen you for a while. Hello, my dear. How are you? So what from the recent past is going to go into 2023 with the people of Central and South America and stay with them throughout the year. Legacies, families, corrupt families as well. Those corrupt families are absolutely all over the place there, aren't they? And corrupt family legacies. What is the next step that people of Central and South America will do that will, what do they need to do to help guide themselves through the next year and the next step they need to take? Turn their back on some of these people and walk away and don't settle. Expect better and work towards higher achievement. So turn their back on those who are corrupt and look at those who achieve something worthwhile. Walk towards them. And of course here, the sitting pretty, in this instance, this is overshadowing things coming about abuse of power. So now, I was just asked how Jack Smith is going to be in 2023. So we'll do a 5-carder on him, eh? You've been a busy girl. Has it been? You don't live far from Adventure World? Been particularly busy? Now I said hello to Anna Mercado. Okay. Jack Smith. 2023 for Jack Smith. Blind justice. This is what he is about. He is not going to support anyone's agenda. He's going to do the job he's there to do. Okay? And he's not going to procrastinate. So he goes on what the evidence tells him. Big year for him. So his challenge for 2023, sorry. People are pinning so many. Hi, Leslie King. No, that's fine, sweetie. I'm on for a while yet. People are pinning their hopes and their dreams for a better America on him. So this is not an easy burden to carry. Okay, so sometimes it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, personally, emotionally for him. But he's taken it on. He knew it would be part of the job, but it can still be a challenge. What advice do we have for him? I've got the Five of Pentacles, the out in the cold card. The advice is to keep going, no matter how hard it seems for some things, to get some things done. Do not give up. And do not worry if people try to, disrupt the process and all that. You just keep going despite all the odds. And he is the person for this. The base of 2023 for Jack Smith, well, of course, people repeatedly doing the wrong thing, patterns of bad behavior. The devil. That is what he's battling, these people. And the outcome of 2023 for Jack Smith. I'm sticking to his job here. Wow. Completion. He will get the job done. Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, Death, Moon, Hermit, and Tower. Yes, Jack will be okay. Just remember, carrying the hopes and dreams of a majority of the country that they will see justice for some of the things that have been done is a big burden. He is a major figure in these, and he's going to bring about major changes. So, yeah. Things will come to the surface with the moon. Things that were previously hidden will be brought to light with the hermit. The death, major changes. A Wheel of Fortune, he's going to bring about change. He is the mover and shaker they need with the Chariot. And, of course, people's lives are going to fall apart because it's time for them to face the piper. And the Lovers, yeah, his commitment. He's a nice, scary-looking dude. I thought he was a bit of all right. Okay, let's pop up to the UK, including Ireland, even though it's not part of the UK. Ireland and the UK. Standing firm. Fighting off all comers. Eleanor, are you still there? The Queen of Pentacles, current influences. Yeah, she's still watching, darling. Current influences is about bringing things together for people to make a good start for 2023. Hey, more likes, guys. Come on. Yeah, I know she's lurking, darling. What is going to be over the people of UK and Ireland for the next 12 months? Vigilance and bringing their defenses together. So I do feel like they might feel like there's a bit of a threat. Russia's been, blowing the trumpet and everything like that. So the next step for them is validation and winning over in a situation, going into 2023, validating the stance that they've taken. What is going to be the undercurrent for the year in the UK and in Ireland? Wow. I'm feeling like they've been sort of backed themselves into a corner, and they're going to find it hard to make their way through. It's going to be a bit of a difficult year to see their way through. It seems like every time they feel like they've gotten through one hurdle, there's another one in front of them. So it's going to be a bit of a feeling like that in the UK and in Ireland. So what from the recent past is going to go with them and follow them through 2023? Support and celebration. But also overindulgence. Overconfidence. When you get drunk and you think you can do anything? Liz Truss's mess, unfortunately. I'm feeling that that's what that is. And what is the next step for them to take to help and guide them through 2023? Wow. Make sure that people face justice. It's really a need. People, so justified outcomes. Make sure every decision is justified. Because what Liz Truss did in 44 days was totally shambolic, unjustifiable, indefensible. And they're going to be demanding every decision be justified. And that includes Ireland as well, even though they're not part of the UK, because Brexit affects them. So there's a lot of Brexit mess with that border mess. And there's going to be, throughout the year, some chaos happening, bursts of chaos. Now I'm going to do Europe, Western Europe first, and then Eastern Europe. Okay. So I'll do Western Europe first. Oh, I do feel like there's going to be will there be a return to Brexit? Quite possibly, yes. Revisiting it. So will Europe collapse as is the prediction? I don't see Europe collapsing, but I do feel that there's some need to shore up relationships within it. But no, I don't see the European Union collapsing. Okay, let's have a look at the Western Europe. There's some things coming to the surface that haven't been addressed for a while. I mean, look at what happened in Germany. They had some sort of attempted coup and things like that. And fascism's been on the rise, and it's coming to the surface. So that's going to be an issue. Current influences is support for causes that it's like some infighting, how people here's them drunk again and people scrapping among themselves again for overindulgence or maybe thinking that they're stronger than they are. Oh wow, right on top of the moon there's the High Priestess, card of secrets, but there's also the card of long lost wisdom. wisdom needing to be brought out to come to the fore. That's going to be very much coming about. Secrets. Yeah, people are going to feel like there's stuff coming to the surface all year, because they're going to feel like they need to be addressed, and stuff that's been shoved away, but yeah, it can't be ignored any longer. Wow. It's like the next few months is going to become an ending to a very dark time. So I do feel like there might be a very good chance of overcoming some of these fascist things that have been rising up, groups and sectors that have been rising up in Western Europe, and a chance for a fresh start in many things. So that is good. The undercurrent, oh wow, I think they're going to feel like they're on the brink of destruction. So yeah, there's on the brink of collapse, as Anne was saying, prediction. So this is going to be a feeling. So this is three major arcana, one on top of each other, and it feels like there's going to be quite a few things. So there's going to be a lot of strain within Europe, Western Europe, and within the EU. And there's this sense that things could collapse at any moment. Why? What from the recent past is going to be a feeling that certain countries aren't getting treated the same as others, being left out in the cold. I think there are some countries who feel like they've been given the short end of the stick, and that's going to follow Western Europe into 2023. And what do they need to do to guide their way through as a group of countries? Okay, this is good. So what's going to happen? Things coming to light is actually not going to be a bad thing. It gives a chance for things to be addressed, and things will be things coming to light will lead to a happier outcome. So by the end of 2023, things are going to be, even though there's might feel a bit perilous at times, things are going to be okay. So yeah, a lot of major arcana in that one for Western Europe. Eastern Europe, Ukraine, I mean, of course, the war is huge. We'll just bring out a different deck. The whole of Eastern Europe, it's like it's the war in Ukraine. It's the overriding factor. So let's have a look here. That's the feeling I'm getting. Two of Cups. Commitment. Countries coming together and committing to each other. And this isn't with Russia. This is with Ukraine. And of course, that is pretty much what's been happening. So the current influences, of course. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. It can often be the collapse of things because of shoddy work, the Eight of Pentacles, but mastery, hard work, through hard work and diligence as well. That is, I'm getting that's more. The hard work and diligence that the Ukrainians have been doing to fight back, and the other countries. Hi, Denise Trudeau. It's very much a factor in the coming year, the current influences of that. And the strength that Ukraine has shown has been observed, and people have in other countries like Georgia and Moldova and Lithuania and those countries, they've all taken note. And it's like we want to learn. We want to learn the leadership and the tactics that Zelensky has shown. So above things is the Four of Cups, total dissatisfaction with the way things are. And of course, this is all to do with Russia. Even Belarus is going to be glares aimed at them. So this is a situation that cannot stand. In fact, the fact that it's a minor arcana means it's weaker. And yeah, so it's going to be there for quite a ways through the year, on top of everything, this dissatisfaction with what's been happening. Ten of Pentacles, the cost to families is, but also the legacy. There's going to be a new legacy coming out of all this, with relationships between countries in Eastern Europe to stand against Russia, and family legacies, new family legacies. Some families have been wiped out, unfortunately, but there's going to be other families who are determined not to let their stories be lost. With the Ten of Pentacles. Underlying current, of course, the need to stand and defend is just going to be there, underlying everything for a good part of the year. The Seven of Wands. Recent past that's going to go through and follow them through the year. It's interesting that all of these are minor arcana. I haven't had a major one yet. So deals and juggling and working things out and movement, manipulation, lots of movement, every balls in the air all the time. So they've become really adept at that, and that's going to be coming through them and working for them through the year as well. Okay, so make no mistake, Ukraine winning this is very important, because if Russia wins Ukraine, they'll just go for other countries as well. The Ten of Cups is the next step, thing to do to take them through and guide them through the, and I feel like this is the coming together of those countries to provide backup and support. Even if it's in messages, just know we will enter this if you need us to, things like that. So that is going to be, knowing that that support is there. It's like we are a family, and this man is putting other members of our family, like the Russian peoples and all that, in danger as well. They do not blame the Russian peoples. Now, so what's the overriding card here? The Eight of Wands. Communications, things happening quickly, needing to be vigilant to watch everything that's happening. Will this conflict end in 2023? Let's have a look. Will this conflict end in 2023? Five of Pentacles. Could be a chance to move on if Putin is out in the cold. That's, and Seven of Swords. There's a chance it could go into the following year. I'd love to be able to say it will definitely end, but I think there might be a downplay on it. I think if Putin goes, things will definitely be downplayed, but that doesn't mean that Russia's going to just pull out. There are other people, but they are definitely going to, sometime in 2023, they're definitely going to have to face up to the consequences of their actions with the Seven of Swords. And the out in the cold, there's going to be so many sanctions. I feel like sanctions as well are going to be So, yeah, I wish I could tell you that would finish. But yeah, hi Sheila, darling, how are you? So I'm going to do Asia. That includes India, which is part of Asia Minor. And Asia Minor is part of Asia. So, yeah, let's have a look. Abbott's in big trouble. I'll have a look after I do Asia. I'll have a look at Abbott 2023. Asia at the moment, 10 of Swords, long dark night of the soul. They're coming to the end of something. There will be a new start, but it's going to be a painful end. So this includes Japan and Taiwan and all that as well. Ace of Swords, current influences. China's not being truthful. They're not telling the truth. And that is going to affect 2023 globally for everyone. Okay, the world. Yeah. This is the world. It's what happens in Asia is going to be affecting the world next year. So we had a look at that earlier. That's what I opened up with. The Queen of Cups. What they need to be doing is working on, but not every part of Asia is China. So there's going to be a lot of parts of Asia that are going to be working on caring for their people. And that's the next step, because they know that, look, China is opening its borders both ways again on January 8th. So there's a lot of, the next step, there's a lot of preparation here happening, and the Queens are about preparation and gathering resources and things. So the rest of Asia is really prepping to be able to nurture, to look after. Underlying Asia for the whole year, the Five of Wands, conflict. I think China and India, this is heating up, and it's going to heat up even more. And China and Taiwan, it's going to be, that's not going anywhere. I'm even feeling like something with China and Japan. And they're sticking their nose into Oceania as well, which I will be looking at. The Seven of Cups. A lot of lies by China in the last few weeks are going to follow Asia and Asia Minor into 2023 and affect them throughout. A lot of gaslighting. What's the steps that they have to take? Oh my goodness. They're going to have to prepare for a collapse of some kind. Not just within China, but it's going to be something that happens in China, and it is going to have, look at this, the seismic, the tidal wave event effect. So, yeah, there's going to be, so that's the next step. If there's something that's going to happen and going to have an effect throughout the rest of Asia. What's on the bottom? The Eight of Wands. This is swift things, trying to dodge many things happening at once. Wow. Now, I said I'd look at Abbott. What's Abbott got happening next year? Let's have a look. Or the Queen of Cups, yeah, definitely relationships, nurturing and stuff. So, well, we're talking about the whole year. Okay, Abbott. 5 cards for Abbott. Governor Abbott of Texas. I love that quote. I came across the best quote. I can't remember who did, where I saw it, but it was like General Sherman said, if I owned both hell and Texas, I'd live in hell and rent out Texas. He said this was during the Civil War, of course. Texas is a beautiful state, beautiful country with some very beautiful people who don't deserve to be or shoved into one category with a bunch of idiots. Quite possibly, yeah. Even though they're saying 0 deaths. Governor Abbott of Texas. The Queen of Wands. Of course, he's like a less control than the king. He really thinks he's all that. He rarely follows his gut instinct, and he's all the bad things. He is outspoken and he is fiery, but he's in the negative way. What's his challenge going to be? Got 2 cards for the challenge. Well, the World and 8 of Swords. Frustration, feeling bound and gagged. He's going to be painted himself into a corner, and it's going to cause a big shift, a big change in his world. So he's going to have to balance. His challenge is going to be changes in his place in the world and frustration. So that's interesting because they both came out, so I put them both there. What is the advice for him? Be careful not to become too greedy. He can get through the year if he doesn't become too greedy. What's at the base of this for him? That's the star, by the way, sorry. The Emperor, stability or stabilizing influence coming into his future. He's not that stabilizing influence. I do feel like it could be like federal. The federal government is going to be a big factor for him this year in 2023. What's the outcome for Abbott, Governor Abbott in 2023? The Ace of Cups, a helping hand, overflowing emotions, not really feeling a bit lost. You see how he's feeling a little bit lost? Going to need a helping hand. Not necessarily the case. Beth, yes, here's my phone, sweetie.
Mm-hmm. Can't find mine.
Hey?
Can't find mine.
Oh, yours is here.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's got more charge on it than mine. Here, just come here.
Oh,
rah rah.
Yep. Oh.
Rah 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 rah.
Oh, middle back.
Okay, so let's move on to Africa, and then we'll move on to Oceania, which is my region. So let's have a look at Africa. Oh, I just got pretty much the same sort of activities and all that. The Four of Wands, happy home, possible country settings. So overall, it seems to be things are, yes, there's troubles. There's always troubles in Africa, but things seem to be going okay. The current influences of the King of Cups, stability. There's work being done by a lot of countries to bring in stability and to bring in health. So the King of Cups is other people's efforts to help stabilize parts of the country, parts of the continent, sorry. The King of Pentacles is going to be overriding things. This is business. Arrogance, powerful. This is like very much business, very much resources, guiding of resources. And this is also about a deal maker. Unfortunately, it can also be about corruption. Okay? So efforts that are made to stabilize things, there's always this threat of corruption over it. The Nine of Pentacles, peace of mind and contentment. But yeah, for the first part of the year, I do feel like things are going to be stable, even with the constant threat of corrupt leaders and stuff hanging over things and warlords. Because there's going to be a little section of stability. Hi, Craig Dixon. The undercurrent for the year, the Knight of Swords, yeah, with the corruption, and especially these people come in with guns a-blazing. There's always going to be this things changing on the turn of a dime, things happening so fast that everything can just suddenly turn on a dime in any one of these countries. And it's always been like that. And unfortunately, that is not going to go away. That's going to be a constant. Recent past, it's going to go with them into 2023. Money problem, yeah. Turning your back and walking away, knowing nothing more can be done. So this is really... Unfortunately, there was a movie, Congo, was it? And one of the characters, corrupt, of course, he says, this is Africa. Or it might have been Sahara. I think it was the movie Sahara anyway. He says, nobody cares about Africa. And I think that feeling that is, yeah, that feeling of abandonment is unfortunately money problems and feeling like people are turning their back and walking away. There are so many areas of Africa which do have quite good stability and stuff, but there's so many areas that are poor, and people, yeah, they try and they do as much as they can, but nothing changes, and it can be hard. So what is the next step for Africa that to guide them through the African continent, to guide them through 2023? Speedy news or a situation coming. There is some situation coming quicker than they might thought. I do feel it might be some sort of a resolution for some reason, a communication. There are a group of African countries that do work together, and I feel like this might be part of it, and they're going to come to some resolutions as well that will hopefully make a difference through the year. What is the shadow card? The Hanged Man. As much as you'd like things to change, they're going to stay pretty much as they are in this state of limbo. I really wish that I could have had more good news about the African continent. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. How are you? Do you want me to do a reading on Joe Biden for the year? We need to open our hearts. We can open our hearts, we can open our purses, but until there's real changes within the way the nature of the way things are done in that continent, not much is going to change, unfortunately. Joe Biden. What does 2023 bring for Joe Biden? Hey there, you with the star in your eye. The Knight of Swords, defensive action. He is a man of action. Okay, he does have a temper. He can be quite chaotic around here. But he does also, at the moment, he does not feel the need to defend himself. Yeah. Can you just hang on for a moment? Hey. Sorry, I just had to. Yeah. So, yeah. He challenged for 2023. 10 of Cups. People want him to fulfill everything they need. He can't do it all for you. People have to help themselves too. They have to, and this 10 of Cups, it can also be the Republican Party. And so they're going to be a challenge. But also people's expectations that everything's just going to work out fine because he's going to make it all right. He can only do so much. He's one man. Hi, Sharon Sipe. So he's going to find that a bit of a challenge emotionally. His advice is just keep showing up, keep showing your authority and your strength, your sense of security and authority. People are going to need that, and keep doing that. Okay, despite all the disruptions that other people and the expectations of other people. So expectations of other people and disruptions of other people are going to be a challenge for him. At the base of this for Joe Biden, the Chariot. Victory, success, discipline, keeping moving things. He is determined to keep things moving during 2023. And that is going to be his underlying motivation for the whole year. The outcome of 2023 for Joe Biden. The Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, abundance, and luck. Things are going to be pretty good for him. Even though he's going to find it a bit challenging at times, if he keeps turning up and being the strong, authoritative figure that he is, yeah, everything's going to be okay for him. Hang on. I just just sent me a thing from Reuters about it's pretty bad in China, much worse than we would have anticipated. So it looks like what I was saying earlier. It's really, I do think it's really going to hit Asia and Asia Minor very hard as well. How is Jill Biden going through all this? I'll have a look. We'll do. Hi, Simply Joan. Hey, your biggest fans here, babe. She who dubbed you sexy hands is online. Come and say hello to Simply Joan.
Hello, everyone. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I cut it off, but there was some pretty deep situation happening in stuff going on there, and I needed to make sure that she says hi sexy hands in big capital letters. So it was, yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but obviously I felt it was important that I double checked that hubby and his best friends, everything's going okay. They were discussing the situation in China. Hi Tammy A, and it's not good. Jill Biden. Let's see. How's Jill Biden? Let's have a look at her. The First Lady. 7 of Swords. She's really hard to deceive. She sees through everything. And she's a really, really good strategist as well. Okay, so that's what that 7 of Swords there is. Her challenge for the year is she is a woman of a really wise person. She is following her intuition and being there. And her challenge there is being there to provide the wisdom and support for her husband. But also being able to be there for herself, I get. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joan. He does, doesn't he? No, I did cut it off because he's the most important person in my life. And if I feel that there's something that needs to be addressed immediately, I will do it. So I hope you guys don't become offended by that. But I really felt it was important that I checked that everything was okay. Her advice for the year is 6 of Pentacles. Continue with the wonderful work she does with her generosity, kindness, charity. Don't listen to anybody else. And just know that everything she gives is going to be returned to her in tenfold. I do feel that Jill Biden is going to be regarded as one of the best first ladies that ever served. And they do serve. They do serve their country in that position. Well, most of them have. At the base of the year for Jill Biden is the 4 of Pentacles, stability, conservation and security. Oh, I got might be a little bit of a security scare for her, which I hope is not. But I do feel like at the base of the I do feel there might be a bit of a security scare for her, and it's going to but she's very strong, and they're going to make sure that she has that stability and the security that she needs. But yeah. Three of Wands, all of her effort, all of her work. Remember what I said with the 6 of Pentacles, all of her generosity, all of her kindness, all of her charity will be returned tenfold. Yes, definitely. She works so hard, and she will get everything good that is coming to her. What's the shadow card for her? The Four of Swords. It'd be nice. At some time during the year, I think she's going to need to take a little bit of a break. Possibly with that security scare, she might just withdraw for a little bit, give herself time to recover and all that. Not too long, but I do think there's going to be a couple of times where she takes that break and rest and recovers. So I don't see anything bad happening to her, but I do feel there might be a bit of a security scare. Let's hope I'm wrong on that, okay? They're beautiful cards, aren't they? Okay. I'm going to wrap it up now with the reading for 2023 on Oceania, which is the Pacific Islands, South Pacific Islands, Polynesia, Micronesia, New Zealand, Australia. Okay. So what is in store for our part of the country, our part of the world, our beautiful, beautiful part of the world in 2023? Thank you for understanding that. I cut the sound off for a little bit because I needed to check the hubby. Oceania. Quite a bit of high energy activity. Very busy. Quite. Maybe even some chaos, which is not surprising. Current influences, the Emperor, stability. Yes, current influences, definitely stability. I mean, Australia and New Zealand were the two largest countries in Micronesia, in Oceania, sorry. And the stability here is we do have influence. And that's important. And some of the decisions and some of the discussions made to help stabilize the area are really, really special. Oh, thank you, Celtic Seer. Yes, the hat came just before Christmas, I think. Hi, Craig. I said hello to you earlier. How are you? Yeah. So that's a female top hat. They did have specific, like a man's top hat wouldn't work on. So they used to have their own top hat. So that one at the back is a top hat, but it's a female. It's often called a riding hat. And of course, there's the bowler derby there, and of course, there's my little steampunk fascinator, which I created. It was a Halloween fascinator, and then I added some steampunk elements to it. So here we go. Yes, so Australia's role is currently and will continue to be quite an influence, a stabilising influence in the region, and New Zealand as well, because I do not think that we could have, without New Zealand, I do feel like, to me, Australia and New Zealand are very much partners. And if our government doesn't treat New Zealand in that way, well, then they're making a huge mistake. So, yeah, this is my fascinator. I'll just take the scarf off. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. we're talking about everything in Oceania. So if I feel like there's something like with Central and South America, I do felt there was some rain-related, weather-related issues going to be happening and stuff. So yeah, political, environmental, all of the whole lot. What's going to be over us? Opportunities, new opportunities coming, and opportunities too for peaceful outcomes. So this is going to be very much something that we'll be looking forward to, expanding and taking opportunities to expand, not just in Australia and New Zealand, but throughout Oceania. Well, yeah. Yes. Okay. Nine of Cups. Now, in the near future, it's going to seem like a lot of things are going to be coming easily. It's going to seem like that. Okay. Well, a lot of hard work is going to go on in the near future to help things come to fruition and to make certain things happen, which is what the Nine of Cups is about. It's not always just magically granting wishes. Deals have to be done. If in an unscrupulous way, some people don't care who they step on to get what they want. But so this is in the next few months going to be a lot of work being done to make certain outcomes happen. And some of them are promised outcomes as well. What is going to be the underlying current for 2023? Knight of Rods. I'd like to say that this feels like a good thing, but an upsurge in something. An upsurge is something that needs defense. This is a defender. Like at any minute, we might need to be sending troops or things. I do feel like Solomon Islands might be popping up again. Even Fiji, there might be some trouble. They've recently undergone elections. Hi, Geek. So what from the recent past is going to go with Oceania and follow us through the year? We've got the Empress. Abundance of opportunities have been coming on and we're working on them, and they will follow us in throughout 2023. So it's going to be a good year for choices and abundance of choices and stuff. And what steps does Oceania, Australia, New Zealand, or those other areas, what steps do we need to take to help us guide and make 2023 as good a year as it can be? I'm getting don't settle, don't be apathetic, don't give into apathy and just think, well, it's the lucky country. We don't have to do things to keep going. No, never be satisfied. Do not be apathetic. Just don't say, oh, we've got enough, we don't need more, or we don't want more, or whatever. Never be careful not to make sure you take notice of what is being offered and don't reject it. So I think that the governments in the region really need to be careful about the choices they make and not be lazy. Not take the lazy way to get things done. Okay. Well, look, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for joining. I'm a little bit dry. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, I really felt it was important just to make sure that hubby was okay. He sounded very serious and a bit distressed. And, like I will drop everything for our fur babies. I will drop, just yeah, do that for hubby as well. And yeah, so anyone, I will be back Saturday morning, okay, for my final live of the year. And I will do single cards for people for just an overriding message for the year, okay? And so I hope to see you Saturday morning my time, which is New Year's Eve, Friday night US time, and of course in between. I'm not quite sure of the time. It might be about 10 a.m. or something, not quite sure. That I'll be on for a couple of minutes, and I will do single card readings for people to, what is the message for them to take into the year? Oh, thank you, darling. It's not perfect. Don't we go at each other sometimes. We snap and we snipe and we and we and it's like, I'm not going to help you find something you've lost yet again. Why don't you be more careful about what you do with things? And it's like, well, where was the last time you put something? Don't ask me that. You know how to poke a bear. We're not perfect, but we do love each other very, very deeply. And yeah, thank you. I will be back on Saturday morning. Please take care till then. And yeah, if you're in those cold areas, please do everything you can to stay safe and warm. And again, I'm so sorry for the losses that have been had in North America, and I'm sure that in Canada as well, for the losses of people due to this weather. Okay, so blessings and love to you all. Okay. You do readings as well? You're a mastodon now. Oh dear, you are a blessing. You really are. You're a total blessing, geek. Okay, bye bye. Oh, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay strong, stay loving, and stay laughing. Okay.